Grand Rising. Happy New You. Thank you for joining me this morning. We are going live on blogtalkradio.com, The Female Solution, in about 4 minutes. Yep, 4 minutes. We will be live, so text somebody and let them know. Oops, 3 minutes till showtime. We are live on the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1. On Channel 19, Xfinity Channel 19, and also 24/7 on the World Wide Web, higherlearningnetwork.org, or our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV Show. So we're just waiting for the clock to tick down, and we will be starting live in living color right here on the Female Solution. So if you got a minute, text somebody, call somebody, let them know that the Female Solution is on the air, and it's a very special day because it's the first Monday of the new year and the new year. And we have, so put your phone on vibrate like I'm doing right now. Put your phone on vibrate so that you can enjoy the show and all that we have lined up for you. I'll check my traffic. And the roadways are looking much better than they did an hour ago. While you're waiting, you can go to our YouTube channel and sign up. youtube.com/Higher Learning TV Show. And you see that little logo right there? HLN, green, purple, orange. You know you're at the right place. 2 minutes. And we will be live. What was your weekend like? Was it long enough for you? Probably not. If you got to get up and go to work this morning. If you got to get up and take care of the children this morning. Mothers never get enough sleep. My hat goes off to the mothers of the world, because raising children is a challenge. I didn't birth any into the world, but my sister, who passed probably 20 years ago, she was busy having babies, and I was the built-in babysitter, so I got enough of babysitting and taking care and raising children. Didn't stop them when they got grown to come ask me for some money. That don't never change. So, what's the lesson? Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? For many of us, it was eye-opening, eye-awakening, and all that good stuff. But we'll be discussing that shortly. And I'm so grateful for all of the teens, the young adults who sent in their information for the Teen Talent Contest. 1 minute, y'all. These children are simply funny.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talent, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution radio show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting To all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao.
Ni hao.
In India, Namaste. In
Namaste.
Japan, Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In
Annyeonghaseyo.
Russia, Здравствуйте.
Rodstutz.
In Germany, Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
In Poland, Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
In France, Bonjour.
Bonjour.
In Spain, Hola.
Hola.
In Italy, Ciao.
Ciao.
In Egypt, Hassan Wassan.
Hassan Wassan.
In Ghana, Aquaba.
Aqua.
In Nigeria, Peleo.
Peleo.
In South Africa,
Salbona.
In Senegal, Nangade.
Nangade.
In Kenya, Jambo.
Jambo.
In Israel, Shalom.
Shalom.
In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
And may peace be upon you all. Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Not really, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speak for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, the Female Solution. Monday, 7:30 to 9 a.m. Be sure to include your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit zeldaspeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moments with us today. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to the next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. Thanks for listening.
Grand Rising. Oh, wonderful. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm Zelda Speaks, your host, and we're just here to start your day out with a mindfulness stress relief session. Yes, simply inhale deeply and exhale. And we'll be doing just that. Your live stress relief session at 7:15 a.m. sharp here on blogtalkradio.com, the female solution. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. It is the first Monday of the new year here on the female solution. Happy Earth Day, birthday, born day, if today is your natal day. And always let us keep in mind those who and workers who are affected and the families who are affected by the issues of 2020. 2020 is gone and 2021 is here. We are alive, we are well, we are grateful because someone didn't make it to 2021. Many of us had loved ones who made their transition into the next level of being, and they're no longer with us here in the physical form. And because we have not been taught otherwise, we cry and we boo-hoo and we miss them because we love them, but they're on to another level of existence. And this is something that we must learn here in the Earth School. So let us give thanks that we are here still learning. And today, if only today, I want you to tune in to nothing but WYOU. That is, turn off everything. Phone, the computer, not now, after the show, of course. Turn off everything and just get quiet and listen. Grab pen and paper. I know you're not used to that because you're used to the computer, but grab pen and paper and watch what happens. Just sit and breathe, and I'll show you the breathing exercise at 7:15. Congratulations to Brother Lionel Abdul Haq of Community Cultivations, who will be joining us this morning in the 7:30 hour. He is in the midst of writing an awesome book, and he'll tell you more about that. In the news, let me remind you that the actors GSAactingworkshop.com is having something that for those of you who may be interested in becoming an actor, It's a pilot season. It's called the Power Weekend, and there are only 50 slots left, and you know they fill up fast. So, if you are interested in being a participant in that, you want to watch the show on actingworkshops.com. And also, congratulations to Geo Johnson for heading this up. And also watch the Black Report, 4 p.m. Pacific time, Black news, views, and opinions on Fox Soul on youtube.com, Fox Soul. It's live at 2 p.m. And congratulations to my former co-worker, Leon Rogers from WGCI. He's on Fox News as well. And if you're listening online, you can join the conversation at 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak so that we can open your mic. And if you're online on social media, and I know you are, be sure and check out our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV Show. And on Facebook, welcome my Facebook friends, HLN TV Show. And while you're there, my Facebook page, Zelda Speaks, on Facebook as well as Instagram. I've got a new page. I put a post up. Actually, it's an old page. I just hadn't been using it, but it has more followers. So it's Zelda Speaks, the number 2 and the letter U on Instagram. Zelda Speaks to you. And be sure and check out Pixely.com, a new website for a women's media group, Pixeoly, Pixely.com. And you have got to go to my blog this morning, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com, because if you have not heard of this man, you have got to learn, because it is imperative that you know how to grow your own vegetables. Under Obama, this man cloned farm animals, lab-grown meats in which we're eating, and GMOs than any other agriculture secretary in the history before or after him. So you've got to go to my blog, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. And if you have pain and inflammation, be sure and check out zeldaspeaks.com. There's lots of resources there for you. This is the most important, zeldarobinson.towergarden.com. Once you go to my blog, you'll understand why. And if you are a person who has had diabetes or have been diagnosed with diabetes or borderline diabetes, you do not want to miss this. Go to diabeticdonut.com and download the free, did I say free? Download the free ebook on how I reverse type 2 diabetes. And on that note, I am going to go to the do my meditation that's coming up at 7:15, but I have got a video that I want you to watch, because our meditation may be just a little late this morning, because I want you to see this video. And this video is important because this video is the sponsor of our show, and that is the channel that you are watching. So I want you to enjoy this. So here we go, right here, and you can join and watch as well. Now, what happened to it? It just disappeared. Can you believe that? Oh, there it is. And that's StreamYard. Sponsor of the Teen Talent Show, in which we had awesome guests. Our talent, it is time to bring them on so that you can know who the winner of the talent show was for 2020, the HLN Teen Talent Contest. So I'm going to bring on board our teen talent manager, and that would be Folake, and she's going to share with us. So Folake and I are going to take it away.
Grand Rising, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining us here on the higherlearningnetwork.org. Teen Talent Contest 2020 winners. Over the past month, over the summer. We put out feelers for a teen talent contest: singing, dancing, rapping, acting, all that good stuff. And it was such a challenge that we had to bring on some help. So, ta-da! That would be Falake, who is our teen talent manager. Thank you so much for joining us today, Falake. We appreciate you. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you, because we could not have done it without you. You brought your talent, your love for the children, your excitement, your energy, and I love it all. I'm most grateful for you. We appreciate you, and we thank you for all the work that you've done and continue to do, because the contest is not over with. We got to announce the winners today. So what has this experience been like for you, Falake?
This has been the best experience. Zelda, thank you so much for inviting me to go along with you on this fabulous journey. I had so much fun watching videos from everywhere. I was so inspired by these children, best-selling authors as teenagers.
Yeah.
We had a social media manager. We had a TED speaker.
Yeah.
We had a talented kid.
Yes. What was the Eco Warrior or something like that? Yeah. I was like, what? What's an Eco Warrior? Really? Teach me.
Model, actor, dancer, rapper. Yes.
Yes.
And doing them all very well.
And I'm so glad to say that I enjoyed the rap, because I am not a rap person. But some of the rappers were so meaningful.
Yes.
You felt it. It's like
you
not
did.
The vulgar kind of rapping. This is the rapping that you can appreciate. So
that's right.
Thank you for all the teens and the preteens.
Yes. Thank you, and your families. And Zelda, thank you so much for this vision.
Well, as I said before, this was not my vision. Our mission at the Higher Learning Network was to teach youth behind the scenes radio, television, and print production, because that's our background in broadcasting. But due to distancing requirements, we couldn't take on the liability of having children close to each other and causing a problem. So hence the Teen Talent Contest. So that's where the idea came from. The Spirit gave it to me, brought it through me, and then this is what we have.
And then from that Teen Talent Contest, we got so much interest. Then we added preteens.
Oh my goodness.
Contest.
What really amazed me, Falake, was that there were very few from the United States. That blew me away, because we're in Chicago.
Yes.
And we got them from what? All continents: Africa, Asia,
Europe,
Australia,
yep.
Europe, New Zealand,
America, South America.
Yes.
All
over the world. Well, we did say global. Well, we didn't expect not to get any from the United States. Well, we got some, but just not as many as we had anticipated. So this goes to show you, you never know where the journey is going to take you.
Yep. So it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And better and better. Amazing. And you had so many great categories. The kids were so excited during the pandemic to be able to still show their talent and have something to look forward to, Zelda. You did a wonderful thing. To God be the glory. Thank you. Thank you, Thank you, Zelda.
I was just paying attention. That's all. Mm-hmm. Like when I wrote my first book, I was just paying attention. I didn't know what I was going to say. I just pull out pen and paper and just let it come through me. That's what I do. Yeah, I'm old school. I feel right. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. That's what I do. I didn't grow up on technology like today's young adults are, but I'm learning from them all the time, and I am most grateful that they thought enough of themselves to audition, because there's so many who do have talent and they're just afraid to audition. That's why we made it available for them to send their auditions in via YouTube. So those links, we thank you for those YouTube links. And just for the record, just so our viewing audience can know a little bit about, there are 5 criteria in which the judges, if you haven't seen, you can go back and see it on our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV show. And you will see we had judges from major market radio, television, print, On the first video, we had super producer Lisa E. She was the producer back in the day at WGCI. She's been all over the place. We had Jean Airman Phillips, Dee Daniels from the War Woman News, Dr. C.J. Mimic from Valona Health. You go back and see it, you'll see why it was so important. And Lorraine Wilson from Soul Ingredient Catering. She used to work in radio, so all my friends in radio and TV showed up. The second judges we had, I can't even remember who they are. Oh, Barbara McDowell, music director for Power 92. And there were a few others, and it escaped my mind right now. But if you go back and look at the video, it's round 2. You'll see the other judges there as well. So all of those judges had to contend with the fact that these phenomenal students had a choice of becoming the first prize winner. And they were judged on originality, showmanship, music selection, technique, and overall performance. And the 5 prizes were, first prize was the Bitcoin wallet, which the market value today is over $27,000. That's not what's in their wallet. What's in their wallet is none of your business. I'm sorry. But that's their wallet. They have a wallet. How about that? And the second prize is a radio TV connection. Third prize was a portable keyboard. And the fourth prize and on down, Higher Learning Network TV shows. Because they're all winners, everybody gets a little something here. So you must remember to send us your address. Those of you who are watching, you know our address. Email address is hlntvshow@gmail.com. Right. So with that said and done, I would love to give you the honor, since you did all the hard work, of naming those 5 winners for the contest. And the first winner up is, let's start with the first winner up. The first winner you will announce, and who will that be? Drum roll.
Our first place winner comes from San Jose, California.
California, yay!
And she's got a Z in her name, just like you, Zelda. Her name is Adrian Zamora.
Woohoo! Adrian Zamora! Our first place winner! Congratulations, Adrian Zamora from California. She's the one who was playing the guitar, right?
Singing Unchained Melody so beautifully.
Just a little soft, sweet seduction.
Yes.
Pulls you in. It's like, really? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, she was good. She is good. Not was good. She is good. So congratulations, Zamora. Adrian Zamora, little Miss Zamora. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. As we move on along, Zamora, excuse me, I keep calling her Zamora because, you know, it's the Z thing. Her first name is Adrian Zamora. Wins the first prize, which is the Bitcoin wallet valued at over $27,000. It's going up to 28, 29. But anyway, she will not be receiving $27,000. She will be receiving a Bitcoin wallet, and what's in it is only for Adrian Zamora to know. So thank you and congratulations. So let's move on to our second prize winner, which is a radio TV connection, and that would be
another songbird.
Another songbird.
Oh my goodness. This young lady is out of Marietta, Georgia.
Oh.
Also stole our hearts. Her name is Miss Sinria Nath.
Sinria Nath.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yay! Woo! Sinria!
Throwbacks to Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. And you can catch her. She's starting to do more and more of her own. She's a songwriter as well, Zelda.
Oh, okay.
Catch her on YouTube. She's got a new video. She just put it. It's amazing.
Oh my goodness. Go, Sinria. What a beautiful name too.
Yes.
Sinria. Yeah, she was a little bitty pipe, but honey, she's a whole lot of voice. Oh,
she sure is.
Yeah.
She sure is.
Alrighty, let's move along to number 3. I know everybody say, "When are you gonna call my name? When are you gonna call my name?" Third place winner wins keyboard. How about that? That's an instrument. How about that? So our third place winner is, drumroll.
Our third place winner out of the Bronx, New York is Malachi Wiggerton.
Malachi Wiggerton from the Bronx representing. You are from the Bronx, girl. You are representing up in here. Okay, Miss Malachi, you go, girl. Hi. All right, Malachi. And she's a songwriter. I'm sure she's going to appreciate the keyboard.
She sure can. Malachi is a rapper, dancer, model. Incredible, Malachi. We know great things are in your future as well, sis. You did a great job. She was the
first contestant on round 2, wasn't she? Yes.
Yes, she was.
Yes, because I didn't remember seeing her in round 1. Yeah. All right, congratulations, Malachi. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. As we move on to our 4th place winner, which wins the Higher Learning Network TV show shirt and a few other things that they'll be pleasantly surprised when they reveal. So our 4th place winner is
traveling to the UK for our 4th place winner, rapper and actor Mo Ba.
Mo Ba! Woohoo! All the way from the UK. Congratulations, Mo Ba. And you just keep getting more better, Mo Ba. You're doing a real good job of it. I know your parents are proud of you. Is Mo Ba the one whose father made his transition? Your dad was smiling on you, said, well done, my son. Well done. Well done. He did excellent job, too.
He sure did. He did a powerful monologue that was dramatic and sad and uplifting. And we are very proud of you.
And is that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Okay. That was a monologue that he did. Because I'm saying to myself while he was doing it, I was like, I've heard that somewhere before. You said it was a monologue for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, okay.
Yes. And it's so cool. He's only 15 and he's doing a show that was on, some decades before he was even born. And found that great.
And he brought it. So thank you, Mo Ba. May have another little Denzel on the chart. Okay. All right now. Watch out. Well, thank you, Mo Ba. Congratulations. And last but not least, 5th place. Coming to the stage. Get a drum roll. 5th place winner is
our 5th place winner. And we share it with so many of you that entered. And one of you that we will mention is Kelvin Dukes from Maryland. Kelvin, you have seen him. If you watch America's Got Talent, he was a semifinalist. He's also a model in addition to being an amazing singer. Yes. He is incredible. He writes music too, produces.
And
he's got a huge fan in John Legend.
Yes, he sounds like John Legend. So somebody would say, why is he number 5 if he sounds like John Legend? Because it's all because of the votes. Yep. If not enough people voted for you, the number of people go down. That has nothing to do with your talent.
That's right.
Are talented. If people just didn't get the votes in time, that's why you were tied. And we would like to invite you, as Kelvin Dukes, as well as Mo Ba, to come back for the round 3, which will take place on February 13th as Valentine's Day weekend at 12 noon. We'll have round 3 right here. So we're going to invite you to come back. And why are we doing that?
We got a very special reason we're doing that, because we had a tie.
Yes.
And we had some neck and neck, and we knew that we had to bring you back because you're too good. We had to see you again.
Yes.
Elliot Connor,
yes.
Ariana Fox, you all were our speakers, and you were so great. You tied for 3rd, so we're going to have you come back, do a runoff, do a tiebreaker. We can't wait.
Yes, because these little young man, they were simply phenomenal. I was like, are they teenagers or are they young adults? I mean, they are young adults, but are they like 21 and 23 or something like that? I was like, because whatever happened to teens stop at 19. Okay,
Right.
but they were just over the top. They were just phenomenal. What can I say? They did it, and so we got to bring you back because your numbers are the same. And
Yes.
that's exact reason why we would like to invite Kelvin and Mo Bob back too, because that's why they came up as 4 and 5, because their numbers are the same. Their numbers are the same. And also for Lauren Machard. Lauren Machard. She was in round 1. I remember her.
Yes.
You can sing your behind off, but you have got to get your people to vote. So come February 13th, we'll have 4 contestants. Elliot Connor, Ariana Fox, Kelvin Dukes, and Lauren Machard. Those are the 4. And for those who did not make it to this first and second round, if you want to compete in round 3, we're open. All you have to do is let us know that you want to participate. We've already got your information in for those who already entered but didn't. It's time for round 3, so let us know. HLNTVshow@gmail.com. You've already got the information. Just let us know. I would like to participate in round 3. So those are the winners of the 2020 Teen Talent Contest as we move into the 2021 Teen Talent Contest. If you would like to give our viewers and winners some closing thoughts, Falake?
Yes, I would. So as Zelda said, no one goes empty-handed. We have some treats for everyone. You all were magnifique.
Yes.
And Sabrina and Simone McRear sisters that sing Simone dances on to, I could go on and on.
They all were wonderful, but
wonderful
by vote. You know, we can say who we like. We liked all of them, but
yes, we do.
We got to go by the votes to be fair to everyone. So you can enter again. Please enter again, and we will and remind you to get those numbers up. You got to get those numbers up. Tell your friends, your families, your co-workers, your haters too. Get them all. Vote. Yep. That's how you do it.
That's right.
We want to
Blessing, our contestant from Uganda. She was our one from Africa. Thank you for entering, Blessing. She fought through
Blessing,
a lot of
yes. And thank all of you.
Yes.
Feel free to enter again. But just know when you enter this time, you got to get your people to get on those votes, because that's how you win. That's how they win. That's why we got a tiebreaker. So come back for round 3. So thank you.
Yep. And we got some preteens. Do we want to announce them now?
Yes, we had some preteens. The ones who were so young, it's like they weren't even teenagers yet. Go ahead, Falake, please.
Our first winner. Drum roll, please. And now I'm trying to remember because they were both so great.
Leia Rabibo.
Singer. Ooh, Leia, you were so great.
Yes.
And everybody knows it. Leia, we really enjoyed you.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
And the number 2 person who won in the category of actress would be Peyton.
Yes.
She was so sweet.
Yes. Peyton, you little actress, singer. And Peyton said, "I just want to act in this competition." Mm-hmm. Peyton, if you want to come again and sing for us, I know you can sing as well. Wonderful job to all of our preteens. You were so great.
Yes.
So we will be in touch. We got something special we want to do for all of you as well.
Yes. So never give up hope. Just know that your gift will take you places that you never even imagined, and you got a long, long life ahead of you. You got time.
Yes.
Just know that your talent will always make room for you. keep doing what you're doing, and don't
That's
let
right.
anybody else tell you anything other than because you have been ordained with the gift of voice, with the gift of talent, and it will take you wherever you so desire. Just know that, and be patient, because we live in a microwave world. We want it now. That's not how life works. But just thought I'd share that with you. Thank you for all of our viewers and listeners who are watching and sharing this. Please like and share this video with others so that everybody can know who won the 2020 Teen Talent Contest, the Global Teen Talent Contest. So thank you so much for liking. We look forward to having you back in 2021 when we'll do this all over again. So mark your calendars. Saturday, February 13th at 12 noon will be round 3 of the Global Teen Talent Contest for 2021. And we hope to see you.
Yes.
Please share this video. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks and Falake on the Higher Learning Network. Shalom, namaste, hotep, peace. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for all of our viewers and listeners, and especially the contestants. Congratulations on the 2020 Teen Talent Contest. It is 7:31. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the first Monday of 2021. Our guest today is Lionel Abdul Haq. We just had to give the contest winners kudos and let them know that they're all winners. But you got to get those numbers up. For 2021, remind all your people they got to get those numbers up. Today we're discussing, was 2020 a lesson in disguise? Well, it just may have been for some of us. So we're going to come back and be joined by Lionel Abdul Haq, and we will have that conversation as we take a break.
Hi, I'm Dr. CJ of Valona Health, where we combine orthopedic manual therapy and neuroscience to treat the whole person. Our tip for the day is keep it moving. Doesn't matter how, just keep it moving doing something you enjoy. Walking, dancing, rolling on the floor with your dogs or kids, really anything. The body clears movement, keeps its bones, joints, and the muscles happy. Even our mental health and internal organs and digestive system rely on our movement. Thanks for being a part of the Higher Learning Network, the Female Solution.
We have an opportunity to transform the whole global society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection, and to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com.
When you constantly argue with your spouse, all your children will live you acting out. Some of your son is using drugs, or you in the influence of other classes. Are you grieving your life? Let us help you restore serenity to your life. At Serenity Family Social Services, we understand that good mental health is a result of emotional well-being. Our goal is to assist you and your family in removing emotional distress and restoring harmony and balance to your lives. We offer individual, couples, and family counseling. I'm Howard Williams, CEO of Serenity Family Social Services. Call today 312-315-4820. That's 312-315-4820.
Do you want to live in a world without war? Join our global peace movement. Helping culture, world peace, and restoration of life transcend culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWP now is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. I'm Director Kim of HWPL Chicago branch of North America. Join us for our next gathering. Call 773-580-1501 and be a part of the movement for world peace. Email us at chicagohwpl
invite you to a private reading in the areas of business, health, finances, relationships. My introductory cost of $20. Please call because there is a higher power that can help me help you. 312-802-4743. Peace and blessings to you all. Call me. 312-802-4743.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and yes, I did not do the mindfulness stress relief session at 7:15 as I usually do because we had to announce the winners from the 2020 Teen Talent Contest, and all of you are like, "Where's my Monday morning mindfulness stress relief session?" Okay, so we didn't have it this morning, but we will have it now, and it'll be very brief because you asked for it, so I got to do it. So what we will do is simply sit up straight in our chairs, or if you're lying down. That's okay too, but it's just a better experience if you're sitting up because, oh, that's my music playing in the background. It's just a better experience because we want you to keep focusing. We don't want you to fall asleep, but if you do, that's okay too. So we'll inhale to the count of 5 with our eyes closed. You will not be looking at me. The only thing that you should be looking at is the inside of your eyelids. Inhale to the count of 5, hold your breath, and exhale everything through the nose. So inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale. Oh, just that feels good alone by itself. See, when you breathe deep enough, you feel that. So you have got to breathe deep enough. So let us inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale. Oh, that feels so good. Every time I inhale and exhale, I feel the energy coming through from my head down to my body. I hope you're feeling it too. So if you're not feeling it, chances are you need to breathe just a little bit deeper. That's why I inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. You probably have your mind wandering with your to-do list, all of the wonderful things that you have to do today, cooking breakfast, getting the kids ready, going to work and school, play, and all of that. But this is not that time. This is your time. As we inhale deeply, you catch yourself thinking other thoughts other than that. Focus on your breath. You simply say thinking, and then you do what? You inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale. Once more, inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale. This time, as you inhale, send all of your energy through your breath up to the top of your head as you inhale deeply. And as you exhale, see that light, love, and energy coming through your breath, down through your breath, down through your body, your neck, your shoulders, your arms. Feel free to rotate those arms and those elbows. We'll get that fluid in the body moving this morning. You got a little pain, just work through the pain, but don't kill yourself. Don't blame it on me. Just inhale deeply. You know your body better than I do. And as you exhale, bring that energy on down through the solar plexus, the hips and the thighs and the back and the buttocks as we inhale deeply. Sending more light, love, and energy down through the knees and the legs and the ankles and the arches as we inhale deeply. And exhale, sending more light and love down to the top and the bottom of the feet and the toes. Wiggle those toes, sending that energy back up through the feet as we inhale deeply. Bringing that energy back up through the legs and the knees. Oh, yes, those glorious knees and what other areas of your body demand your attention. Listen to it because it's telling you something, that there's something that you may want to pay attention to it as we inhale deeply. I hear you, my knees, as we bring the love and the light and energy of the breath back up through the thighs and the buttocks and the back and the solar plexus as we inhale. And as we continue to bring the energy back up through the chest, and the arms, and the elbows, and the neck, and take those hands and rub the back of those shoulders where all the tension is, and then rub the back of the neck. Squeeze that vagus nerve, sending love, light, and energy to the spinal cord that's from the tip of the neck down to the middle of the back. You're sending it love, light, and energy so it can continue to do the work that it needs to do throughout the body, throughout the day, in which you are not even aware of. But because you inhale deeply, sending love and light and energy back up through the top of the body, through the shoulders, back up through the neck and the head and the forehead and to the top of the head. We give thanks for the power of the breath as we inhale deeply. Hold it and exhale. And as we exhale, bring that head forward, chin to chest, slowly rotating that head to the left, slowly, 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 slow down. And slowly bringing that head back around to the right, slowly. You should just be getting the chin to chest, head up, inhale deeply. Bringing that head back down, face forward, rolling that head down, chin to chest, rolling the head to the right. Slowly, slowly, slowly bringing that head around to the left. Slowly, you're moving too fast. Just slow down, just feel the stretch. Bring the head back, front center, chin to chest. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Oh, yes, that feels so. Let's inhale once more. Inhale deeply. And this time, look to the left as far as you possibly can, feeling a stretch in the right-hand side of the neck. And exhale. Inhale once more. Inhale deeply. And turning the head to the left as far as you possibly can, feeling the stretch in the left-hand side of the neck. And bringing the head back forward, front and center, eyes closed. Inhale deeply. And exhale. You will repeat to yourself or out loud. There's power in the words that we speak. Words have wings, so let's give them wings. Two of the most powerful words on the planet. I am. Let us begin. I am grateful for this breath because someone somewhere is on a respirator and cannot breathe on their own. Inhale deeply. I am happy. Exhale. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, I am healthy. Once more, inhale deeply. I am whole and complete, just as I am. And just resonate with that thought. As you turn off all electrical appliances today, if just for 5 minutes, and simply inhale and exhale and give thanks for the power of the breath. Always breathing through the nose, because when you do, you send light and love and energy, your aura, your field around you that keeps you, guides you, guards you, and protects you. And congratulations, you have just entered the WYOU zone. And doesn't it feel good? Inhale deeply. And exhale. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Monday morning mindfulness stress relief session with me, Zelda Speaks, the mindfulness stress relief coach. And this is something that you can share with everyone. And I hope that you will, because in times of chaos and confusion, when you are tempted to buy into someone else's drama, you simply breathe in and breathe out. sending light and love to each and every organ, fiber, tissue, cell in your being. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today on Monday Morning Mindfulness. If you'd like to join the conversation, we'd love to have you. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. And when you call in, I'd love to hear how the Monday morning mindfulness session felt for you when you breathe in and when you breathe out. It is now time for our guest for today, Brother Lionel Abdul Haq of Community Conversation. Joins the conversation this morning as we begin the process of talking about, last year, 2020. Was it a lesson in disguise? Was it a blessing in disguise? So let's find out. Let's welcome to the podium, Lionel Abdul Haq of Community Conservation. Thank you so much, Lionel, for joining us this morning. Welcome.
Peace be with you.
Peace
And hello.
and hello. Thank you for joining us this morning on The Female Solution. Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? We apologize for the late arrival of bringing you on, but we had to acknowledge the winners of our 2020 Teen Talent Contest. So how has life been for you so far this year, this fourth day of January in the new year of 2021?
All praises due to the Most High. Allah Akbar. God is most great. And I consider it a blessing every day to have a vision that directs my life and a sense of discipline and serious focus. And I think it's important for us to have that. And I hope to see, I think one of the things that has come as a result of 2020 is a awakening of a more mature focus, a more serious focus, which I think we desperately need in this country in particular. I've often talked about how the fun mentality that is so pervasive is a obstacle to real human progress. It feeds the economy that is fueled by consumer appetite, and that fun mentality is the reason why so many people are struggling under these very serious times that we're living in. But I think in the context of what the kids, the young people have been saying about recognize and getting real, that we are on the brink of a renewal of a real human consciousness that I think will help us to get back in touch with what we've been separated from.
To help us get back in touch what we have been separated from. And what might that be?
All the fundamental principles and characteristics of human life that have led to the progress of human society over the generations. The best contributions, the best efforts that we have made, the most progress that we have made has been a result of people who genuinely care about life and who have devoted their lives to enriching for the sake of fulfilling their own potential, the better the quality of life for all of us. And I think that's what we've gotten away from. The fun mentality is a major distraction that undermines our genuine concern and commitment to fulfilling our lives through the enrichment of others. And I think that's what we need to get back in touch with, a more serious, more mature, more disciplined, work-oriented focus of our lives.
With so much going on in the world today, many of us do not want to take the time to focus because it's too painful. That means we've got to look at ourselves. We got to look in the mirror and see some things that need changing and do the work. And that work is not always pleasant. So we would rather have the experience of fun, so we don't have to deal with that which is staring us right in the face. My workout routine is a good example of that. As much as I listen to the voices that are in my head that say, you don't have to work out today, I'm listening to the other side of my leg and my hip that's telling me, if you want to feel good the rest of the day, you might want to go and work out. So that's a conversation, an inner conversation that we need to have with ourselves if we are to move forward, because it is those voices as in our head as well as the voices outside of our head that direct us. And it's easier to do that which is easier than it is to do that which is necessary. As Brother Malcolm X. Yes.
Well, I don't know what I'm saying, it's only because of the habit,
Yes.
Doing, the fun. But, it's time to grow up. And at some point, we have to get real and recognize that, life is about growing up and growing more serious is the key to real fulfillment. You can't do it if you just want to be a child and think like a child and respond to life like a child. You got to grow up. You got to get real. You got to recognize that maturity, discipline, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding are the things that really make life worthwhile. And it's a deception. It's a trick. It is a wicked and evil ideology that never wants to grow up, but wants to remain childish and foolish, easily to manipulate and to frighten away from responsible behavior. And that's where we are. That's where we have been. And that's what has led to the deplorable situation that exists in our modern world. And our Creator is giving us an opportunity to recognize what we need to do, and that is grow up and get real.
How do you do that if you don't have a sample of what that looks like at home? How do you do that?
You study, you read, you reflect on what is important. I mean, if you really believe in a creator, if you believe in God, if you believe in a supreme being, then you should be seeking to know and understand as much about that supreme being as you can. And it begins with your sincere prayer for guidance. And once you pray for guidance, you start to look and study what the world and history of the world has taught us about the supreme being. Not just from one perspective, but from as many perspectives as available. And once you do that, you'll start to find there are a lot of common elements, principles, ideals, and all of them, at least all the major ones that most of the people of the world are historically attached to, you'll find that there are common principles and ideals in all of them that can help to bring us all together. And that's the key. Having a mindset that only my religion or the religion that I've studied or my mama taught me or my daddy taught me is the only way is childish. It's immature. It's not a sound judgment to accept that only what you've been taught is all there is. It needs to be understood. And therefore, doing the mature thing, the responsible thing, the thing that will give you the best potential for understanding is to study other religions as well, from a historical perspective, how they were formed, how they were developed. So I think that's what we need to do. I think narrow-mindedness and having a very shallow perspective on the world and life is folly, and we need to change from that.
I agree wholeheartedly. You know, having studied the several religions, because I grew up in a Catholic home, and when my mom passed, I had some experiences like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I began to study other religions. And once you get out of one religion and into another, sometimes we become biased. Like certain organizations will tell you that if you are not, like you said, you're not serving my God, then you're not serving the right God. And what I have learned through all of the religious doctrines is that we all have a belief, and sometimes those religious doctrines keep us trapped in a certain way of thinking until we come to the conclusion that we are all one, no matter what we call the creator, our supreme being, God, Allah, Jehovah, Jireh, Jesus, the Christ, whatever you call it. It has a way of dividing us, and it also has a way of bringing us together. Because once I began studying with the nation of Hebrew Israelites, it wasn't until I started studying a little of Islam that I got out of the judgment mode that people who were just Christians, like I, as a Hebrew, I was a step above them, which is so not true. And it wasn't until I began to study what I did study of Islam is that we are all one. And one is no better than the other. We have the right. We live in a country, and we can worship whomever it is that we so choose to. So I am most honored to have been able to experience different religions, including the Baha'i faith, all faiths, because we all need something to believe in. And it is those beliefs that will limit us or that will take us forward. It's 8:01 if you just joined the conversation on the female solution. Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? Or was it a lesson or was it a blessing? You tell us. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. We'll come back and take your calls after this message, so stay close.
You tuned in to the Soulful Chicago Book Fair 2020 Vision for Women campaign. That's right. You can support the vision of reviving Black literary excellence in the city by simply taking your $20 or more and donating it on our website. Visit www.soulfulchicagobookfair.com and click the Donate tab on our homepage. Or give us a call at 646-359-6605, and we welcome you, helping us bring literary life into the South Side of Chicago. We all say we would like to be wealthy, but wealth isn't determined by how much money you have. Wealth is determined by your power to define what money is. The dictionary defines money as something used as a way to pay for goods and services and to pay people for their work. So how would you like to have access to an unlimited source of money? Money that is not taxed by the government. Money that increases as you share the opportunity with others. Money that you can use to pay for goods and services and pay people for their work. I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's the future of independent wealth building. Bitcoin is the new money that you control. Get started building your wealth. Call 312-849-3456. That's 312-849-3456. I'm Beata, your holistic life coach. These days, it's more important than ever to work on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Are you consciously breathing deeply in stressful moments? Do you have a plan or daily routine to maintain balance in your awesome body? Are you struggling to be disciplined in your eating habits? When you partner with me, I'll help you develop a personalized health plan that works for your particular lifestyle. You can find out more about me at yourholisticlifecoach.com, where you can also review my 3-step protocol to guide you to abundant health. That's yourholisticlifecoach.com, and I'm Beata. Hi, this is John Alexander. And I'm Naima. Meet people like you who will make it a positive difference in the world. Find us every day on the Media Connection at www.youtube.com/themediaconnection. There are people who choose to make a positive difference in the world. Our job is to bring you their stories to motivate you to do the same. Join us each week, host John Alexander and Naima Latif, as we bring you the educators, entertainers, elected officials, religious leaders, and community activists whose works are transforming this world. Find out how you can make a difference too. Be inspired. Watch the Media Connection. Mondays at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 12 noon on cable TV, Channel 19 in Chicago and other cities. Check your local cable list.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. Happy Earth Day, birthday, born day, if today's your birthday. We're celebrating with you. Be sure and watch the Black Report, 4 p.m. Pacific time, for Black news, views, and opinions on Fox Soul. That would be youtube.com, Fox Soul, live at 2 p.m. And congratulations to Demi Lobo, the daughter of our very own Candy Conde Sports, first woman who owned a basketball team. So how about that for the new year? And also, if you are an actor, you're looking to become an actor, then you have a young man in the city of Chicago called, his name is Geo Johnson. He's my, social media expert. He taught a class on Instagram yesterday. I was on that class. He has a pilot season called the Power Weekend. If you are interested in becoming an actor, go to actingworkshops.com. GSA actingworkshops.com, and you may find your niche there. So if you are joining the conversation here this morning, 515-605-9325. Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? Let's go to the phone lines and find out. 773-737. You're live on the Female Solution Grand Rising. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your comment?
Hallelujah, greetings, global transformer.
Is that my Mama D?
You know it's your turn.
Grand Rising, Mama D. Thank you so much for joining me in 2021. Thank you for calling.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Wayo, W-A-O, Wayo and Yah Shalom. Wayo, you might have heard Minister Robert Ford probably use that sometimes. It's a word that I made up. W-A-O, it means we are one. One of these days I'll give the whole history behind it. But I made it up before, in 1993, before I graduated from Columbia College. We say Wayo in Yah, Y-H-W-H. Now that is the actual Hebrew sacred name for God. So we've had our sidebar conversation. I said, hey, look, I want to be Wayo in Yah. We are one in Yah, and then hallelujah.
Okay.
The actual Hebrew sacred name for God. I said, now, I ain't going to be Wayo with you in your business and Wayo with this and Wayo in Yah. Now we on the same page.
Okay.
Now we can deal. Yeah. Get that other stuff. And I always have to say hallelujah, because that word means the Most High praise. And when you are saying it, you are saying the actual Hebrew sacred name for God, whether you realize it or not. And that's who I have to put first, because that is what is in the word. Acknowledge me in all your ways. So when I open my mouth, first out it is acknowledge Yah God, the creator that has created me. Because it is written, I will leave you over to a reprobate mind. And when you get that reprobate mentality, it's your thing, do what you want to do. Can't nobody tell you who to stop it. Nobody says it's no wrong, that is no good, that is no bad. That is a reprobate mind. That's why the word says you better seek me while I can be found. It is also written that man, and that includes what Reverend James Bevel calls the female man. That he said man has a form of godliness, but he denies the power of God. And for somebody who has been married 4 times, I checked that out real good one day. I said, now, you know, it says you're gathered here in the sight of God. Well, that's good. God's looking on. And then it goes on to say what God has put joined together. Oh, that's good. Now, the preacher steps forward. And said, now, okay, God, you go play now. You've done your thing. I'll take it from here. He said, by the power invested in me. Now, God has looked on, and God has joined together. But you are married by the power invested in man. And then you wonder why these things don't work out. Because man, it is written, he prefers to worship the creator instead of the creator. And that is what's happening now. It is why we are morally bankrupt. And until we get back to the difference between having God on your side and being on God's side, because there is a big difference in that. Especially when St. John's, I believe it's 19:9 says, I don't pray for the world. I pray for those that are in the world and not of it, like I was in it and not of it. And it goes on, that whole St. John 17 chapter, hey, in the year 2020, do yourself a favor and check it out.
All right, now.
All the stuff that you need to get on the right track. do that, it's gonna be all right.
All right now.
So I thank you.
Well,
Thank you. You know.
thank you, Mama D. Sincerely appreciate you. Always enjoy hearing from you. That's Wisdom with Mama D. Every fourth Saturday, right here on the Female Solution from 12 noon until 2 p.m. If you have not heard the Wisdom of Mama D, you must go back and listen to it in the archives on blogtalkradio.com, the Female Solution. It is in the archives, as all the shows are 24/7. And be sure and tune in tomorrow. Let's talk about it with Maika. On Wednesday, Naima Latif and Hareem Hamid, repairing family relationships. Thursday, Family Matters with Wendy City Deloach, Esquire, our attorney at law here on the Female Solution. And Friday, Health and Wellness with Viata. And Saturdays, first Saturday, Nonviolent Communication with Jana. The second Saturday, Black Taboo with Love, Joy, and Powers. And the third Saturday, Travel with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Now, coming up in 2021, we've got some new lineups for you. On this coming Thursday, we'll have another roundtable with our sisters of the microphone. And we'll be bringing on our sister executive producer, Naima Latif, who will be telling us exactly what that is. Bless you, Lionel. And she'll be sharing more of what to expect. But back to the subject at hand today. Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? What is it? Was it a blessing? And you're probably thinking, Lionel, how in the heck could it be a lesson or a blessing in disguise? Well, how do you answer that?
Well, it could be a lesson in realizing that we're being confronted with some very serious issues that we're not psychologically and spiritually equipped to handle. By virtue of the fact that we don't practice what we say we believe. One of the things about comparative religion is that you find similar ideas in all of them that reflect the same posture or same position. Like in the Christian idea, it says that you should love for your brother. But in the Muslim idea, it says you should love for your brother what you love for yourself. And the Christian idea says that you should do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And if people practice those kinds of ideas, it would be a much better world. And the fact is that people are told that you don't really have to do anything except lip service, just profess what you say you believe, and that's all you have to do. And I don't think that's the example of Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Lot, Noah, and certainly not Muhammad the Prophet. On all of them be peace. They practiced what they preached, and they went up against opposition to do what they were directed by the Creator to do. And it's not easy to do that, but life is not easy. A friend of mine who passed recently, a jazz musician by the name of Mindai, wrote a piece called "It Isn't Easy to Be Human," and in it he says that if it's easy, it's not worth it. That which is really worthwhile is not easy. And you don't build muscle, you don't grow without opposition. And when you take a position that you're going to do what is commanded of you in terms of the fundamental guidance about right and wrong, and good and evil, then you're not doing nothing. You ain't going to grow like that. And that's the problem. People have been made to believe that all they have to do is confess with their mouth what they believe, and that's all you have to do. And as a consequence, their spirituality, their maturity, their consciousness is extremely weak, like little children. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And nothing will manifest that problem more than difficulties being sent into a life of people who don't have any discipline.
And it doesn't get any better if you don't have that in the home to begin with, because there is no discipline in the streets. Streets are buck wild. So what do? How do you get it at home?
You have to remember, you have to maintain discipline, not to get involved with it.
Yes.
Not to be swept up in it. Not to react to it in a way that makes you undisciplined. If you maintain your discipline, you don't have to worry about other people.
All right now.
In fact, the Creator promises that the more you submit to follow His guidance, the less you have to worry about other people. Because they're more likely they don't want to be bothered with you no way. You're not as much fun. You're not as much fun.
Yeah.
You're not going to take them into the childish mentality. You're going to try to bring them some light and some understanding.
Yeah.
And they don't want that.
Right.
They don't want that.
No, they don't want that. They want what they want when they want it. And 9 times out of 10, we want it right now. Because right now is the only moment that we have, and we're not thinking about. That's one thing I've learned about today's youth, is that many of them really don't see a future. And that's why there's so much chaos and confusion in the streets, because they don't see a future. They don't think that they have, chances are with the conditions that the way the world is in, they won't live to be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So they don't want to be alone. So they continue to practice what everybody else practices. And that's to be of the world.
But it's a very shallow and selfish idea when people will only follow what they think is right, and don't have any real discipline for their lives. They just go with the flow. Whichever way the wind blows, that's which way they go. Right is not based upon principle, it's based upon whatever I feel like doing at the time. And that's chaos. That's based on a lack of trust and a lack of confidence in what is being presented. They don't think anybody has any real understanding. And that's a recipe for disaster. When you got a whole lot of people who don't have any real trust or confidence in anything.
Well, there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people like that. Answering
that's part of the fun mentality. The way people are exploited is to reduce their ability to discern and to make judgments based upon principle, and make their judgments based upon what they feel like.
Keep up the grand rising to Margot Bonaparte. Oh, that's my escape buddy from Glenwood. I love you and keep up the wonderful work. 2021 has many more blessings to come. Yes, thank you, Margot, for sharing that this morning. One of the many things that I have discovered about how 2020 was a lesson in disguise, because I had been putting off the getting back into the studio because of the social distancing. And in my quiet time came the answer to produce the 2020 Teen Talent Contest. So I'm thinking, had 2020 quarantine never happened, I don't think we may have never had the global virtual Teen Talent Contest. So I saw that as a lesson in disguise, because I never would have done it. I don't think I would have done that had not there been a quarantine. Had there not been a quarantine, I may have not been as vigilant in my workout routine because it's like now it's in your face. You got to pay attention to it because you can't go to the gym every day. You got to get outside and walk in this snow and in this cold. And if you look for an excuse, you'll find one. So I truly understand now what it means when you said put on the armor of God, the armor of the Creator. Because when you walking across ice and snow, and it's slapping you in the face and you can't breathe, you realize that there is a higher power guarding you and guiding you and directing you to keep you in a place of, it may not be comfortable, but to keep you safety in your daily endeavors. What are some of the challenges that you've had in 20 and that may remind you of a lesson, Lionel? And that's the question I posed to all of our listeners this morning when you called in. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I have a challenge all the time of resisting the influences to be foolish because there's so much foolishness out here. The people conversations are not about serious things. They're about things that have to do with play, sport and play, sex. It's a big conversation. The whole representation of sexuality and the flaunting of sexuality is a big problem in the modern world. I mean, the idea that what you look like when you talk about looking good is to be provocative, to arouse sexual appetites in people, and that's fundamentally against morality. If you want a society that is progressive, there has to be a higher level of moral consciousness in our behavior, and the fundamental idea of how we look and what we consider looking good is immoral. It is fundamentally immoral, and people are not addressing that.
No.
And so you can't say that you believe in God or in a supreme being, and that you're sincere in that belief, and you want to continue to every day go out in a way that is designed to make you look provocative, sexually provocative. And how people can continue to do that and still think that they're being guided rightly is insane.
Yeah. I hate to see that when I see our young people today who are so talented, as in with the teen talent contest. I saw the teens and the preteens, and they don't realize that they don't have to get naked in order to be seen. You do not have to take off all of your clothes. That is not the way to get recognition, because the recognition that you get is not what you want. So you have to be mindful of that. And that's why we have to keep planting those seeds in the minds of our young people, because they don't know. They're going by what they see on TV and on the internet. They don't know any better.
It's not just the young people. It's not just the young people got it from us.
Yes, they did.
Our example is no better. The example that I was looking at a program, I was sitting through the TV and I saw this girl, Megan Thee Stallion. I think it's called Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
And the outfit, that's not the way. That's not the way. And we've been doing that, since we were doing the dog when I was a kid. This is not the way.
Right.
And for people to think that you can be sexually provocative and still be a moral, God-fearing person is contradictory. It is insane. It is like, it's just wrong to think that you can have both.
Yeah.
That you can to be morally credible and be sexually provocative.
Mm.
It undermines the very foundation of trust in a relationship. When you go out in the public to be sexually provocative to the opposite sex, and yet you claim that you have a meaningful relationship that you are bound by in the name of God.
Mm.
You can't have it both ways. You can't be hypocritical. You can't be two-faced. You have to be real. And that's where we have been misled, bamboozled, run amok, and led astray.
And we will continue to be led astray until we decide to tap into that which we have been given at birth, our divine design, our divine anointment, the truth that never leaves us. It's just buried beneath all the garbage. And it is our mission and our purpose to find out what that truth is and act accordingly. If you didn't see or hear the show last night on Soul Purpose Healing with my sister of the microphone, Viata, who just spoke to me this morning on social media. Thank you, Viata. Healing the Heart and Soul of the Homeless came on last night. And everybody who knows me know that I was still working on the production. Well, actually, it's on our YouTube channel. Homelessness in America, especially in the city of Chicago, because this is where we live, so this is where we see it. We have hardened our hearts as it relates to those who appear to be homeless. And that is so not necessary. It's the furthest thing from the truth, because as a brother said, they're not homeless. They're houseless. I think that was Brother Kwame. Let's go to 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. I think this is Brother Kwame from Georgia on the line with us this morning. Brother Kwame Sunhorse, are you with us this morning? Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Thank you so much for joining us.
And my brother at the microphone. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome salam. Peace be with you also. All right, bro. And, it's a good topic, because the understanding is that the lessons of 2020 and the blessings, because really what you're saying is the lessons to be less. The lessons to be less.
Okay.
And this is what we were given, and that we distance ourselves more because we had already been programmed to be distant. We had been already programmed to have more attention to a phone than to a person sitting across the table from you.
All right now.
So what we're seeing now is this part of divide and conquer. The division, the tool is working, because I spoke about Gabriel Monty, and he has an excellent, it's called the wholehearted.org. And he talks about the trauma of connection. And the thing in which we're seeing is when you were speaking about, the sexuality, but we have to look at, and the other part of looking at our children, because we play sex and make jokes. We play sex and make jokes because we look at the joke that we put on our children as adults, as parents. And number one, having the most in our community of single households. The other part is that we disconnect from our children, because what they use in a comparison is that African women carry their children on their bodies when they're born. And they basically carry them until they're the age and able to connect with Earth. And then they put them onto the Earth and let them connect with the village. The part that we do is in the birthing of a child, it is taken away from the mother, and it has this distance already where it was developed in the womb, and then you disconnect that child, and it begins to want that comfort of connection, and you traumatize by disconnecting it from its mother. And then you begin to give it substance, sugar, unhealthy foods in order for it to get comfort from food and to alter its natural ability to feel what it needs coming from another human being. And so we have gathered ourselves into these urban areas, or we've been herded into urban areas where you are banned from Mother Nature and you're put into an unnatural environment that creates substance addiction. And even when you're saying homeless, and I said about this because I know the plight of homelessness. The thing is the elder told me once, he said, the earth is your floor. The sky is your ceiling. The trees and the mountains are your walls. You just need space to put your stuff in.
Okay.
Because we accumulate stuff. And what we do is that we accumulate it, and we design, or we have bands to design these huge places to put 2 or 3 people into a 25,000 square foot home where you don't even know where the other person is in it.
Right.
Or you have men that serve in the war and protect this country, men and women that protect this country. And now they're having to live through the training on the streets of the country that they defended. These are the things that we're seeing in these lessons to be less human to another human being.
Ooh, I love that. Lessons. We are learning to teach us to be less human to other human beings. Oh my goodness. What did you say? The earth was the floor, the skies our ceiling, and the walls are our what?
The walls, the trees, and the mountains are walls.
Ah, and the mountains.
Of course, all of these are your walls. When you pay to go camping, go and live in nature, but then you run back to the city and you run away from it, you go put yourself in a box.
Wow.
And you isolate yourself through what they say is, okay, you have to be 6 feet apart. But the thing is we are by nature communal people. We were herd. I mean, we have what they call now is herd mentality. And being able to herd ourselves and to being able to be together and to interact, that's human. It's inhuman to distance yourself. You can take a baby, 2 babies, they've even done it. Take one and you nurture it and you feed it and you hold it and you cuddle it and you give it the attention and affection it needs. And then you take one that you just feed and don't give, that child winds up dying. Because as humans, we need touch.
Yes.
Why would you develop in a human body if you don't have a connection to a human?
Right. Well said. If you just joined the conversation, you're listening to The Female Solution. We are joined today by Was 2020 a Lesson in Disguise with Brother Lionel Abdul Haq of Community Cultivations. And you just heard Elder Kwame Sunhor speak. And that is awesome. I had to write that one down. You stay close. We're going to take another quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
About finances, family, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answer yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. And when you feel this way because you haven't mastered the first thing in your head. No hype, just down to earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul. When you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, establish your work, promote the product or service, or Let's make extra money. To take advantage of the deal of the day, go to wellnesspeaks.com or call 312-409-6619. Mention promo code Female Solution and get free shipping. That's wellnesspeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit wellnesspeaks.com.
Do you or your organization need space for an event? Call the Quarry Event Center at 2423 East 75th Street in Chicago for your parties, banquets, award ceremonies, repasses, concerts, and business seminars. Available 7 days a week. Now under new management. Call us at the Quarry at 773-663-2557. That's 773-663-2557.
We all say we would like to be wealthy, but wealth isn't determined by how much money you have. Wealth is determined by your power to define what money is. The dictionary defines money as something used as a way to pay for goods and services and to pay people for their work. So how would you like to have access to an unlimited source of money? Money that is not taxed by the government. Money that increases as you share the opportunity with others. Money that you can use to pay for goods and services and pay people for their work. I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's the future of independent wealth building. Bitcoin is the new money that you control. Get started building your wealth. Call 312-849-3456. That's 312-849-3456. Hi, I'm Naima Latif. Join me and my co-host Kareem Hamid every Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Female Solution Radio Show as we explore that relationship that is the foundation for our society, the relationship between men and women, husbands and wives. Join our discussion as we seek to repair broken family ties and rebuild our community. Listen online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. Call in and comment 515-205-9325. Press 1 to speak to our host. Or you can join us live on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the-female-solution.
Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm joined by Brother Lionel Abdul Haq of Community Cultivations. Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? Let's go to the phone lines and find out. 407-701, you are live on the Female Solution. Grand Rising, what's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your comment?
Grand Rising, this is your sister Viata.
Viata, welcome. Thank you so much for calling my sister of the microphone.
And I love the way Kwame always reminds us of the words that we use and their meanings. And so it's interesting you were asking what are the lessons and what are the blessings. So in both of those words, it's the word less. So I was laying here, I'm still laying in bed.
That's okay.
You're thinking about, what do I want less of in 2021? I want less ignorance.
I know that's right.
Because I realize so many people are ignorant of their body, how their human body works. 2020 was a revelation of how ignorant people are about viruses and their body and their immune system. So I was thinking, we should all be thinking about, what do we want less of? I want less ignorance in my life and around me. So I'm focusing on educating people and myself, especially about this human vessel. And that's been my life goal for the last 20 years. So I want less of food. Last year I really started practicing the breatharian lifestyle. And it wasn't about not eating food at all, but it was about eating less food. So again, the word less for me is about teaching people less food, more movement. So that's two of the actions that I'm speaking and teaching about to be healthy and well, as what I teach on Friday mornings. So I'm grateful that you brought up those words and that Kwame reminds us to think about about the word. And so maybe all of us can be thinking about what do we want less of in 2021 and what do we want more of that is going to stop the influence of the media and our government from bringing us downward instead of upward in our consciousness, which is what you and I are doing. When we're on these platforms, we're trying to raise consciousness. And our government and people in authority are bringing us down to thinking that we need more of the influence. So there's so much to think about in those two words, lessons and blessings. So thank you, my sister. Thank you, Lionel, for your wisdom every month. I appreciate you both.
Amen. Thank you, my sister. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Powerful.
She brought something to my mind when she's talking about food. And that is one of my favorite verses from Scripture, is that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. And that is to indicate that we should study other religions.
Yes.
We should study other divine guidance, because the more we study those, the more we will find similarities. But again, you got to practice what you study. You got to put it into practice. The real understanding don't come from just reading it. It comes from putting it into practice. Because therein lies the fulfillment of the idea when it's put into practice. It's like planting the seed and watching it grow to its maturity to where it starts to bear fruit. Just holding the seed in your hand is not going to bring you the fulfillment of what that seed promises. And that's the same with the Word of God. The guidance of God is not to be just talked about. You have to practice it in order for you to realize the fulfillment.
Absolutely. I agree with that. 312-823. You are live on the Female Solution Grand Rising. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your comment as it relates to the lessons of 2020? Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? Hi, who's this?
This is Rashida. Hi.
Rashida, hi. How are you this morning, dear? What's your...
I just want to say that the second major contributing influences comes from liberal religious movement, and that we as people need to practice more pluralistic values and pragmatic practices, because it's an ethical position, and if we stop practicing those values, then in my opinion, demoralizing society. So when it comes to the homeless, we have more humanistic practice first, when we be, homeless people. And, humanism is difficult to capture in the short term because we go into a lot of different other practices. Especially those little small values of humanistic practices and pragmatic to do a lot in our community, I think, That's my opinion, because I do believe if we have more of those types of practices, we wouldn't have so many unsolved homicides in our community.
I agree.
Comparative to others. And we wouldn't have so many hate crimes. And that becomes a way of life. And in my opinion, a way of life is your religion. The way you live is the way you believe. And that becomes part of your religion. So humanism, beliefs, and values are something that helps to maintain religious cultures and also other cultures.
We think
where I was able to comment that we don't practice it though.
Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely right. You are right on target. Thank you so much for calling, Rashida, and sharing that Was 2020 a lesson in disguise or was it a blessing? You tell me. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak as we go to the phone lines. Area code 312-982. You are live on the Female Solution. Grand Rising. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your comment as it relates to 2020? Was it a lesson or blessing in disguise? Hi, who's this? 312-982.
Yeah, hello?
Yes.
Yes, this is Carolyn Ruff. I was told to call in to talk about what's going on in Atlanta, Georgia with the election. So I'm enjoying your show, just listening to your show, but I was told to call in to give you all a follow-up of what's going on in Atlanta, Georgia.
Please do. Go right ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I arrived last Wednesday, and they put me to work right away. I mailed out 600 cards from Chicago to let them know that Illinois supports Georgia because we definitely need these 2 seats. And so I'm just here working. There's other people from different organizations. They are here from Chicago. They're working as well. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I truly believe that they're going to win. Reverend I'm sorry, Alstra, which is one of the person that's running for Senator, and Reverend Norwalk, he's the second person that's running. So
did you say Mill Rock? How do you spell his name?
Have a lot of, let me spell it for you. Hold on for 1 second. But they have a lot of supporters from all over. His last name is it's like Warnock, like Reverend Warnock, WARNOCK, and the other name is spelled OSS off, like off, OSSOFF.
Is that a reverend too?
No. He's just running. The second person is running for Reverend Raphael Warnock. He's from Ebenezer Baptist Church, the church that Martin Luther King Sr. Pastor. And so, so he's running for the second seat as well from Georgia. So I'm pretty optimistic and pretty excited that, they're going to win. We're getting a lot of support from other organizations that have arrived to come in and volunteer. And it's really exciting to see.
And I am so excited that you called in and joined to share that information with our listeners and viewers this morning. And that was for Illinois. That's Caroline Ruff, encouraging us to support the state of Georgia Senate seats.
Yes, Black Lives Matter Women of Faith. That's my organization.
Okay, Black Lives Matter Women of Faith. We appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Caroline Ruff.
Yeah, Carolyn Ruff.
Carolyn. I'm sorry, Carolyn.
Carolyn, like CAROLYN.
Oh, YN. Okay, thank you so much, Caroline. Carolyn, you just told me. Yeah. Carolyn, for sharing that information. We greatly appreciate that.
Okay, and thank you for accepting this call. Yes, I was told to call in and give you guys an update. So
thank you.
And I will be calling in again because tomorrow's the election. So
yes.
Stay tuned.
Yes, Micah will be on in the morning. Let's talk about it with Micah. So be sure and call her show as well. Thank you so much, Carolyn Ruff.
Okay, thank you again. Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. It is 8:50. We've got about 7 more minutes before the show ends. Lionel Abdul Haq, you wanted to give us some closing thoughts on the subject today. Was 2020 a lesson in disguise? What is it? Was it a blessing? And look at the words. What do the words mean to you? Lessons and blessings. Lionel?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important for us to get real. I think that's the greatest thing we can do in these troubled times. And the more difficult things get, the more seriously we should focus on our lives and how we got where we are. And change is necessary. Change is a good thing. And the 21st century promises change, in that we've got to be prepared to recognize that we've been misled. And the clearest evidence of it is the condition that we find ourselves in. And we've got to change.
Yeah.
We've got to be better. We've got to get back in touch with what we've been separated from. And fundamentally, that's what it is to be human, what it is to be a caring, compassionate, God-fearing human being.
Amen. You hit the nail right on the head, because if we don't start somewhere, like right now, it is not going to be looking good. And we have to learn how to see the good, but it's going to be a challenge seeing it if you're not doing the work, if you're not taking the time to self-study. There's a speaker by the name of Jim Rohn who has passed on, R-O-H-N. Jim Rohn said something 30 years ago, and I always remembered. He says, most people will spend more time working overtime on a job than they ever will working on themselves, because it's easier to go punch in on a clock to make some more money to pay the bills, and that's understandably. But we need equal time for self-study, to study and show ourselves approved, because working on ourselves is our greatest asset. Our greatest asset is within us. It's between the ears. It is not what we've been told. Our greatest asset is not the assets that we have on the outside of us. It's not our job. It's not our families. It's not where we live, how much money we make, the vacations we take, the cars we drive. It's none of that. Our greatest asset is right here between our ears. And until we take the time to get quiet, turn off everything, cell phone, radio, TV, not this show, not just yet. It's going to go off shortly. But shortly after this show goes off today, it's time that we tune into WYOU. Jody Susan is joining us this morning. Post the Jim Rohn thought. Thank you. I will do that, Jody. Jody Susan of Susan Essential. She joins us from the North Shore this morning. Thank you so much, Jody. We appreciate you. And thank you, all of you who joined us this morning. Lionel, would you like to give us a closing thought and contact information?
My closing thought is the one I opened with, and that is that we need to get real. That these are some very trying times that require that we be serious and not just be full play and looking to escape reality. We can deal with reality if we're sincere in our devotion to our Creator and approach these troubled times with our Creator in mind. And my contact information is always 773-642-1453. I sent you an email with some of those experts we were talking about also for my movie reviews that focus on how mass media programming has really contributed much to the level of insanity and foolishness that exists in our modern world, and hopefully others will tune in and get some of that.
Now, I'm looking at the text and I see this community cultivation. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that, but I can't read it. It's very, 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 very. I will post it, though. I will post it online because it's tiny. I can't see that little bitty right, but I will post that. So thank you so very much for sharing that. And I want our listeners to know that, and viewers to know that, That is how I met you doing movie reviews when I was at Gospel Radio 1390. Well, I think it was no, it wasn't Gospel Radio 13. It was 106 Jams, 9:50 a.m. When Johnson Publishing Company owned that radio station back in the day. And Lionel was doing movie reviews, and wow, I thought it was just so interesting that he has such a different perspective on movies that we need to hear. So maybe next month we can start that up, Lionel. You doing movie reviews, because it just gives a whole new perspective on everything that we're seeing, especially what's going on right now. Can we look forward to that next month?
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to work with you on that.
Wonderful, because that is definitely something that we definitely need to pay attention to right about now. So thank you, Brother Lionel Abdul Haq, for sharing with us our first Monday of 2021. We so appreciate your wisdom, of your nuggets of wisdom, as you always bring a fresh new perspective as to what's going on. Lessons and blessings, they're all the same. It just depends on our perspective and how we see it. So thank you, Lionel. We appreciate you. And we'll see you back here next month, and we will do it all over again.
Thank you. Peace be with you.
Thank you, my brother, and peace be with you as well. If you are on the switchboard and you want to stay on the switchboard, I suggest that you push the button, the number 1 right now, because calls will be eliminated. We're going into the 9 o'clock Family Empowerment Hour with our sister of the microphone, Executive Director Naima Latif. And she will be joining us in just a moment here. But let me remind you to tune in tomorrow. Let's talk about it with Maika. On Wednesday, Naima Latif and Kareem Hamid, Repairing Family Relationships. Thursday, Family Matters with Wendy City DeLoach, and which Jody Susan will be joining us. Is it this? No, it's not this. It's the 12th. She'll be joining us. I'm sorry. On this Thursday, it will be the roundtable with my sisters of the microphone. Friday, Health and Wellness with Viata, and Saturday's rotating hosts are first Saturday, Nonviolent Communication with Jana. Second Saturday, The Black Taboo with Lovejoy Empowers. Third Saturday, Travel with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. And that's all. All those Saturdays are always 12 noon until 2 p.m. As I am joined on the microphone by my sister of the microphone, and there she is. And she's gonna have to cut off all of her stuff because we got feedback there as we listen to the close. And if you need to contact me during the week, 312-409-6619 or info@higherlearningnetwork.org. That's info@higherlearningnetwork.org. We are most grateful for the opportunity to have been a blessing to our contestants, our winners of the 2020 Global Teen Talent Contest. And I will just remind you of who they are here in the Family Empowerment Hour, because I keep getting all these texts. So for those of you who didn't see the first half hour of the show, I'll tell you who they are. The winners of the first ever Higher Learning Network Holiday Teen Contest are, the number 1 winner was Adrian Zamora, first place from San Jose, California. Second place was Senria Nath. Second place from Marietta, Georgia. How about that? Third place, Malachiah Wiggerton from the Bronx, New York. Fourth place, Moba from United Kingdom, UK. And Kelvin Dukes, Burtonsville, Maryland. And others. Fifth place, speakers Elliot Connor from Sydney, Australia. And Ariana Fox from Milford, Delaware. They tied and will be returning in February to complete the contest. So Elliot Connor from Sydney, Australia, and Ariana Fox, Milford, they tied into, so they'll be coming back because I mean these youth are off the chain. I was like, are these adults in little teenage bodies? I don't know. Anyway, so tune in. The next one will be round three, I should say, will be Saturday, February 13th, 2021. That is the kickoff of the 2021 Teen Talent Contest, and you're invited. So if you have contestants who want to participate, they can always send us their YouTube link to hlntvshow@gmail.com. That's HLN. You see that? HLNTVshow@gmail.com, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19 and 24/7 on YouTube. Higher Learning TV show. It is 9 o'clock, and it is time for my sister of the microphone to join us, executive producer of the Female Solution right here. And she is joining us for the Family Empowerment Hour, the first of many of 2021. Welcome and shalom, my sister, Naima Latif, my beautiful queen. Thank you for joining me this morning.
And shalom, namaste, peace and blessings to all. I'm excited to be entering 2021 with more empowerment. We have some great things that we are looking forward to. And the key thing, of course, is empowerment, to empower yourself to do what you need to do. So a lot of the initiatives that we launched in 2020, we are looking to see come to fruition. One of them being the Pandemic Farms, which of course stands for Producing Agricultural Nourishment, Developing Economies, Making Independent Communities. We identified a land space and even throughout the season on Facebook Live showed people various plants that are edible and nutritious and even medicinal. And so, well, we know in the spring, a lot of these plants are going to be returning, sprouting up. Mother Nature's giving us those for free. And we are preparing to make products. We'll be introducing a number of teas and greens and other medicinal products with our Pandemic Farms label. We're working toward the organizations that are doing regular food distribution to distribute these products, and also looking for the distributors that sell these products. And there's so many opportunities to sell products online now because everybody's got to do everything online. Mm-hmm. So we're doing some major work on our Female Solution website to empower us to empower you. And one of those things is creating the page where you can order your Pandemic Farms products. That is an enterprise by the Female Solution. And so we want to make sure that those who have the desire to be as independent as possible can not only get some wonderful products from us, but also can learn. We're developing the labels that will give the nutritional value of this particular product. You know, and throughout the year, throughout our classes that we held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from starting 11 o'clock online, we urged people to get the app that will identify all plants, and that app is called Picture This, and you download it. It takes a picture of the plant and it will give you the scientific name. It will give you the biological name. It will give you where it's grown and all of those things. And then you can go online and find out how it's consumed, whether it has what kind of vitamins it has, what kind of nutrition that it provides, ways to prepare it. So we shared videos, we shared recipes, and we even prepared some during the course of the year. So we're taking this project and turning it into a class that you can actually go to our website and follow along and observe them. So we had a lot of fun and learned a lot. So there are various products. One that certainly becoming one of my favorites, white cedar tea, which is made from the white cedar evergreen plant. Have one growing right in our own yard. And these are plants that are very good for your health, your skin clearing. Made some tea out of a plant that's been growing there since I was a child, and it cleared up my face. And I thought, and it cost me absolutely nothing. So much of the products that we'll be introducing this spring are things that grow wild, and we in our ignorance have been spraying chemical pesticides on this gift that Mother Nature's been giving us. So this has been an opportunity to really learn how to work with the earth instead of against it, and instead of killing. We can appreciate the life-giving plants that are all around us. So we're looking forward to that this spring, and really launching our Pandemic Farms products on the Female Solution website. And we also are looking forward to people learning how to feed themselves. And we're going to continue to teach and encourage, and having these classes on the Female Solution website will give a lot of inspiration for those who may want to have more power in their own hands to heal themselves. And if we can work with the earth that's giving us all we need, then we can eliminate a very exploitive healthcare system that basically injects us with chemicals to keep us sick and just managing pain. So this has really been an opportunity to transform thought. And we've had so many people, I mean, from all countries that were tuning into this, to the class sessions all last year. So I think this will be a transformative opportunity for people who've been conditioned to run to fast food joints and get things that stay in your system for years, and put all kinds of excess weight and cause all kind of unnatural diseases. Well, we're going to reverse all of that. So I'm really excited about that. And then another wonderful thing, our New Earth homeschooling program will also be a page on our Female Solution website. And we've got links to so many different educational programs that are uplifting and motivational and empowering for children. Learning should not be stressful. It should be fun, and it should be linked to something productive, not a hope you get a job in corporate America with benefits, but to empower you with skills for life and to do the thing that you enjoy doing. Now, you saw this wonderful global talent competition. This is the kind of youth that we have that have just sprouted all kinds of creative talent. They deserve a world in which they can explore that and express that and feel good about it and have it be appreciated. So we want education to be something that enhances whatever the natural talent, skills, and interests are in our children, so they can do whatever they love doing and make a living from it. It can sustain them. And this is our responsibility, to make the world sensitive to them and appreciative of them, because they have so many gifts to share. And if we look at life differently, we'll realize that there are no enemies. There is nothing against us. We are working against ourselves. All the things Mother Nature gives us, plenty of food, clothing, shelter, but all the things that are grown up out of the earth absolutely for free. We have all this wonderful talent, skills, abilities, and inspiration among us to create whatever we need for our comfort and security and peace of mind. We have everything. And like I always say, if we just share, we have everything we need. There's no reason to take from somebody or deprive somebody from something. So our thinking has to change so we can benefit. And so I'm really excited about the New Earth School being on the Female Solution website, and we're working diligently on that so that parents can enjoy teaching their children at home. We know we're going to have some more months of this seclusion, and even as our schools reopen, there's still a lot of confusion because a lot of families don't have a setup where they can really monitor their children being on these sites and doing this work. And then a lot of teachers are frustrated still talking about striking because we never did really address their issues of having too many children in the classroom and too much emotional distress that they're not given the tools to handle. So a lot of parents are just reluctant to even send their children back to school. We're giving them tools where they can use at home. Your child can enjoy learning at home and be connected to many of the sites that are sensitive to them culturally and emotionally and socially. So I'm excited about that because that's really where everything belongs. It belongs in our own hands, our own power to choose. So this is really going to be a wonderful year of manifestation. Now, another project that we launched some time ago called Service. And this is really a whole system of interaction because we're moving toward a moneyless society. The money is just the middle man. And we don't really need that. If I need something from you and you need something from me, we can just exchange. I give you whatever gifts, skills, talents I have. You give me whatever you have that I need. And if I don't have it, then you get it from somebody else. But either way, we can always be sharing what we have and always be providing what the other person needs. And just know that the universe will take care of us if we just share. We really don't need to have a symbol that's controlled by somebody else who can decide to withhold it from some people and allow other people to have much more than they need. So there's this artificial poverty being created. Poverty should not exist anywhere in the world. There are not too many people. There are not. That's a lie they told us to justify mass murder the way they do when they allow sicknesses to spread or create sicknesses to spread or neglect people or not allow them to develop clean water, so they end up developing sicknesses. All that has to end. And it will end when we create a system of sharing where money is not needed. And it really is not. We just choose to give and choose to exchange and choose to share. And choose to do what we love doing for people, because people are evolving to a state where we work out of love and not fear of lack. That's where we're going. That's where we're headed as a collective body of humanity, as a world. So we've put the system in place to prepare for that by getting us used to being able to just give and receive. And then, of course, once we do that, we'll realize that there is no lack anywhere in the world. And everywhere where people need help with growing food, there are ways to help and get something in return and empower people so that nobody is feeling like they have to go and take from someone else or go and kill somebody else in order to take what they have. So this is where we're headed. We're developing all of these systems as we prepare for a whole new way of thinking and interacting. And all of these links that we're preparing for our Female Solution website, so that our website is a place of empowerment and connection to people. And of course, we're all a part of the On Air Network, which is a global guide to all of these brilliant minds that are constantly sharing information, which we share every morning on our 5:55 Facebook Live message. People who are tuned in and aware that this is a time to change. This is a time to create what we need. And this is a time for us to learn how to live by the power of love and to remove fear. And so I'm grateful for an opportunity to be a part of this transformation and to be a part of a whole network of people who are of like mind. And of course, our wonderful team of radio hosts that bring you messages every day, give you a chance to evolve into higher consciousness. So thank you, my dear sister, for being who you are and for giving us so much inspiration with Monday Morning Mindfulness.
Thank you. I couldn't do it without you. I need a platform. Here I am. So go for it.
All right. Yeah.
I could just be sitting up here rocking like some folk do, just look to the left and Just talk. Ain't nobody here. Just me and the Holy Ghost.
Well, I'm really excited with all of the things that I've seen those young people in that. What was that like, seeing all those people from all over the place just explode with all that amazing talent?
I was just blown away. Simply, I don't know any other way to express it. I could not believe the ages of these teenagers. I mean, they are young adults, but they are so far advanced than we were. I was anyway.
Yes.
Coming up as a child, I was like, I can't believe it's like I'm sitting up here. I'm looking at The Voice. I'm looking at America's Got Talent, and a few of them had been on America's Got Talent and The Voice.
Wow.
Wow. As a matter of fact, what was the young man's name? Kelvin Dukes, I believe it was. He was a winner on America's Got Talent, but he didn't get his votes in, so he was like 5th place. So it's like we're gonna have a runoff that to bring them back because they were just phenomenal. I don't know another word to you. Awesome, phenomenal.
Yes.
I don't know what else to say. They were just not what I expected. I didn't expect anything, but I was overwhelmed at the amount of talent.
Wow.
Just overwhelmed. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, how long have they been sitting on this talent? And some not expressing it as much as others, or not as comfortable expressing it as others. So that's one of the things that it taught me, that our teen talent manager, Falake Kaindi, taught me, is that the children were so honored to be in a contest. I didn't think they'd think anything of it. I just didn't, until they start coming in and I saw all of the responses, and now they were just back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, you got to handle that. That's just a little bit too much for me. I'm still having a problem with the texting. Okay.
You know what's amazing is that the young people today, is that you can see they were born for this time, and they are so far advanced. And when I think about how they cut out the arts in so many American schools, that's why you had people from other places, because we have not honored and respected the power of the arts in transforming minds, or even elevating consciousness, or even being an expression of intelligence. We minimize that, and realize when you're doing music, you're doing mathematics. Everything is numbers.
Wow.
And so you have to have a mathematical mind to be a musician. And so by us not realizing the connection of everything is connected. Music is connected to sound and math and science. And I mean, all of these things are expressions of one thing. The great creator that gives us all of these things is expressing it in so many different ways. And if we can see the unity of it, then we won't think, oh, this part is not important, so we can cut out music, or we don't need dance. Dance is music. It's physics. I mean, all of these things. And if we can see that, then we can approach education holistically. And that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to doing with this New Earth homeschool system, is helping those who are geared towards science to see science is connected to everything else. The reason why our healthcare system doesn't work is because we take our body and put it in parts, and we separate it from the spirit, and we separate it from the mind. So you got all these compartmentalized, where you got your mental health, and then you got your physical health, where you got your internal health, and then you got your muscle system and your nervous system. All of it's one system, and then it's all powered by your emotions, because your emotions give off the vibration that affect the body and tell the brain how to function and how to excrete certain chemicals. So everything is one system.
Wow.
And we're connected to the solar system.
Yeah.
So if we can just understand the unity and the oneness of everything, then rather than treating parts, you treat the whole. And this is how our scientists, our doctors, our mathematicians, our artists, all of them need to think holistically. So whichever part of the whole that they choose to function in, they choose to serve, and they choose to enhance, then they can do that. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So what did you think about the winners of the contest?
I thought they were simply phenomenal. This I just don't know any other way to say it because the amount of time it took to make the the DVD. See, I'm always going to still sucking 20, 1900 something on the amount of time, effort, and energy that it took to produce an audition tape, an audition video, whatever you want to call it. That takes some time. That takes some doing, and they were committed to doing that. That is what astounded me because I just didn't think that that would happen. I don't know why because they are way ahead of the game than we are. But I thought that, and then to see the response and the turnout from the children, it was phenomenal. I mean, my heart is full. I just didn't know it would be like this. I was watching last night. What's the movie with Debbie Allen and Dada, Dada, the Debbie Allen Dance Academy.
Wow.
Yes, and
Wow.
you know that's Felicia Rashad's sister, and I've always loved Debbie Allen because back in the day I was a dancer, believe it or not.
I didn't realize Debbie Allen had been choreographer for so many
For
different.
10 years.
Yes, I was amazed.
And she said some things that made me take a look at the higher learning network from a different perspective. It's like, okay, so who's going to continue the work when I'm gone?
Mm.
So she has something set up that I am investigating to make sure that this work continues, that the children have a place to go to display their talents. So they can display them anywhere that they want, but they have the choice of being on an international global TV show such as the Higher Learning Network.org.
Mhm.
There's Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19, and 24/7 on the World Wide Web on YouTube. Higher Learning TV show. The work that she does and continues to do to uplift our young people, and that let us not forget about Diane Latiker, Kids Off the Block in the Roseland community, and all of those community leaders who are taking the steps necessary to help continue to build the movement of our youth, to help them see the value in who they are and that their natural gifts, talents, and abilities will take them where they need to go in life, even if there are some minor setbacks. Um, there is a force that resides within us that we have got to learn, as you said, not to separate body, mind, spirit. It's all one enveloped in this vehicle that we call a body. And that's the one thing that these children have they got a head start on us, adults. Speaking for myself, they have a head start on us when it comes to that because they already know.
They already
They
got.
know already. They say things. I was like, "How old are you?"
I know.
It's like you.
Old
We had
folks.
5-year-olds and some 6-year-olds that said some things, and I was like, "Really? Oh, okay."
But they are more advanced and they advance quicker because they receive information quicker because information is readily available. I think when we were growing up, I mean, yeah, we had TV, but now they got the World Wide Web.
Yes.
And they have knowledge of everything at their fingertips. I think it's just important for parents to be able to make sure that the knowledge that they get is not distorted and destructive, but things that are life enhancing and not something that could be traumatizing like excessive violence or
Right.
things that a child's spirit shouldn't have to endure.
Yeah.
But I think that because they grow up with technology, they grow up with so much uh, access to information, their thoughts develop quicker. Their ability to reason develops quicker. Their great. They think in a way that is more mature.
Yeah, they do. They're a little
Thing, because they're problem solvers. They think, well, if this isn't right, then why don't we just do that? You know, I mean, they make sense because they think with a pure mind that hasn't been shut down. Shut it down.
Yeah.
You know, if we can just stop suppressing the intelligence of our young people, we'll see so much more greatness arise in them. I think of how much in this education system it's spent on suppressing talking, you know, suppressing action, suppressing thought, and making you conform and making you memorize other people's concepts and making you memorize other people's greatness and making you feel bad if you haven't memorized it, as opposed to finding out, well, what is the creator giving you as an inspiration? What do you think? What do you envision? Instead of us bringing out of them what's in them, we teach them that what they are is no value. And what we're doing is just basically telling them, this is how we want you to think. And if you think this way, then we're going to shame you and make you feel bad.
Right.
A horrible way to have to learn. That's a horrible system to have to be in. And it didn't occur to us to question it. We knew we felt bad when we went through school and we knew we hated it, but it didn't occur to us that maybe we hate it because it's not right. Maybe we hate it because we shouldn't be doing it. Maybe we hate it because it's not education, it's diseducation.
Right. And it didn't feel right.
It didn't feel right. Something's not, if that's our own internal guidance system. When something doesn't feel right, it's because it's not right.
Right.
We gotta trust our own feelings. That's our connection to our creator, our own intuition.
And it's a system that was designed to put us in a state of mind not to depend on our own natural gifts, talents, and abilities, but to go get an education, to remember some things that happened hundreds of thousands of years ago, people who have been dead for centuries, and we're just reiterating the stuff that they told us we need to know. And the educational system, as we know it, is put together by the Rockefellers and some others. And their system is designed to make us to go get a job, work for them. It's not to develop our own natural gifts, talents, and abilities. That's not what it's for. And we have just become complacent. These young people are not having it. They're not saying, it's like, oh no, this is what I do, and I'm gonna do this. Like Luther Vandross said at the last WGCI music seminar, there is no plan B. This is it. This is what I'm going to do.
There is no plan B.
There is no plan B. Ain't no backup, nothing. Nope. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to die doing it.
Yeah, and that's how our children should be allowed to think. As well, you don't be singing songs or playing music. You got to get you a good job. Then you better get you a backup plan. Maybe study engineering. Well, you know, engineering is nice for those who are excited about engineering. But if I want to play the violin, or if I want to dance and fly through the air and playing basketball, whatever I want to do, whatever my talent skill is, I have joy in doing that and decide this is plan. There is no plan B. This is who I am. And everybody has the right to be who they are. Now, for those who love engineering, hey, I want to figure out mechanics, and I want to figure out the mathematical equations that will fly us to Jupiter. I want to, hey, great. That's what God gave you. That's who you are. Be that, and we're going to give you all the support you need in becoming that. But what you are is no less than that person who has a voice that can sing all 8 octaves and wants to express thought through music and inspire the soul. Neither is lesser important.
Right.
All are equally important because all are connected and all are expressions of divinity. So if we can think differently, like you say, instead of following a system that's based on some people who are trying to figure out how to enhance the banking system that they run and control, we need to allow people to develop their souls so they can be positive expressions and share what they have, share their gifts, and contribute in a way that they want to contribute. And they work out of love instead of out of fear. If you're doing something that you love, it is never work. It's fun, and you love doing it. You get up in the morning thinking about it, and you plan it, and you enjoy talking about it because it's who you are.
That's right.
And nobody is incorrect in being who they are. We just need to appreciate who every person is and allow them to serve in a way that our Creator is inspiring them to serve. That's why I'm so excited about even developing this system called service, where people are giving the things that they don't need away to those who need them. They're giving their talents and skills in exchange for what they need to receive. And that's all we need to do. We don't need to have a system where you gotta work and hope to get paid by somebody who controls the symbols of wealth, whatever coins or paper that they've printed up. And if you don't have it, then you can't eat. That's crazy. That's crazy. So all of that thinking, all of that way of thinking, I see it dissolving as we create something different in 2021. And that's the wonderful thing about this new beginning. And I'm just so excited and looking forward to wonderful, great things we're going to create together.
And we are creating that, and I am so honored to be a part of this mission and be a part of the Female Solution and Pandemic Gardens and the Earth School, and just to be a part of a growing phenom.
Yes.
Because we're taking it to the next level, and we can only go there if we are joined by the masses. So we thank the masses for joining us this morning on the Family Empowerment Hour. It has been, as Les Brown would say, it's been a pleasing pleasure, well as a privilege. Thank y'all here.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Naima. If people want to get in touch with you during the week, how can they do that, my dear?
Well, of course, they can always reach me at www.naimalatif.com. And of course, you can call me at 312-849-FILM. That's 312-849-3456, the Media Connection.
The Media Connection. You have been connected right here on the Female Solution. And they are, but girl, they're trying to get to you. It's like, Naima, we need you. So thank you so much for starting the first Monday of the year off with me on Monday Morning Mindfulness. We are joined at the hip, and we're going to be that way for a minute.
All right.
The universe sees different. Oh, tell us a little about your show Wednesday and coming up Thursday, our roundtable.
Oh, yes. We are excited because by popular demand, we are expanding in our men's only roundtable on Wednesday. It's going to do a special 8-week series. And this is an opportunity for those wise elders, the men that you have heard bare their souls and tell the truth about themselves and what they learned and the wisdom that they have gained through their own mistakes. Well, they will be sharing more insights about fatherhood, about relationships, about manhood, and they will be talking to the younger men who need this guidance, because we've connected many of those mentoring groups and those who are bringing young men into manhood by exposing them to teachers who can be empathetic with where they are without condemning them for their mistakes, whether they served time in prison or had children by women they didn't really know very well, and whether they're suffering through chronic education, they dropped out of school, whatever difficulties they're going through because of errors in judgment they may have made. They will be able to listen to and talk to and get some guidance on every session of the men's only roundtable discussion on the Female Solution radio show on Wednesdays. And this actually 9-week series. I think Brother Kwame said I should make it 9 weeks because you know 9 is the number of completion. You
9 is fine.
In 9 months. So 9-week series. This will give us an opportunity to share this knowledge. And then of course, as they are on our Blog Talk channel, we the women will be on our Facebook Live channel listening. And if you call in, that's fine, because during the commercials, we'll put you on the private line and you can talk to us. Those of us, and of course, my sisters of the microphone, will be all on our Female Solution Facebook page, pondering what we heard during the commercial breaks. And then, of course, the following day, we'll get a chance to really talk about what we heard and how we can learn from our new understanding of how we are impacting the men in our lives, how we can be better mothers, better life partners, wives, friends who are helping the men to evolve into their best selves, and how we can begin to repair some of the damage that happens as a result of being made to feel like less than others. We want to heal the hurt, and we want to help be the support and encouragement that men need. But also, we're learning a lot about the influence that we have as mothers of sons and how we may do things differently so that our sons will be ready to be the kinds of husbands and fathers we need them to be for the women in their lives.
And it is the women who run the world. I love what Debbie Allen said last night as I'm watching the movie, and she said, "You little ladies just don't know it, but women, we run the world. We let them think what they want to think, but we know."
Because they do what they do, trying to get to us, trying to please us, So if we understood that, then we could work things a lot different.
And we're all in this together, no matter who, because that's a joke that used to be among my sisters. Is like, we know Michelle in the background telling Barack everything he needs to do.
Well, he admits it. He said, "I listen to my wife."
Yeah. Smart man. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So that's why you got my vote. Oh, you listen. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I know you somebody with some sense. Okay.
I listen to my husband Tony. He tells his friends sometimes. He said 2 of the most important words that I've learned during the course of this marriage. 2 words. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Smart man. Smart man. And I'm learning as well. Yes, dear. It's not a one-sided thing. So
yeah.
It's all about compromise.
And just don't need to argue about this.
No. Just yes, dear. That's fine. Okay. You should be over there. Oh, okay. You want me to do this? Say what? Yes, dear. No problem. We'll get along a whole lot better.
Right.
Well, it has come to. I hate to close it out, but we got it because we got a day to do. We got things to do, people to see, and I don't know about places to go, but not today. But we got work to do.
Definitely got work to do. Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us. Be sure and join us back here tomorrow. Let's talk about it with Maika. And on Wednesday, what will you be talking about?
And Wednesday, we've got our men's only roundtable discussion, which is going to be hosted by Kareem Hamid, our regular Wednesday co-host. And he'll be joined by some of our regulars as well as some new faces. And each time we also are going to have someone who can assist in the process of helping men share their thoughts and get some counseling and guidance without feeling bad about their mistakes. We're not looking down on anybody for any decisions that they've made, because we know we're all in the process of learning. So this is going to be a place where men feel like they're having a private discussion among brothers. Of course, thousands will be listening, and of course all of us will be discussing it the following day, but they're going to feel like they're having a private discussion among people. And I love the way our host Kareem Hamid makes them feel. Brothers, we're just sharing among ourselves, and that's
right. And he tell it all. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Margot. Bonaparte. Yes, we love you too.
Thank you, Margot. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of our listeners and viewers here on the Female Solution on the Family Empowerment Hour. As we leave you, take this with you today. The most important station that you can ever listen to is WYOU.
I like that.
I know. Show's over now. You can turn everything off, if only for 5 minutes, and do some deep breathing. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, feel all the calm coming over your body. And that's exactly what you do in times of stress when people are getting on your last nerve. Okay? Just simply breathe. If you got a little stank on your breath, blow that garlic or onion, and it'll be a good day. I promise you. Stay on purpose. Stay empowered. Stay tuned to your next Monday morning mindfulness on the Female Solution right here. Make it a great day. Shalom. Namaste. And we'll see you next time.